Now from Yusuf Al-Helal, a Palestinian British commentator and filmmaker. Yusuf returned to London just before the war. Yusuf, thank you so much for joining us. And we really appreciate your time here on TRT World. Now, I know that you have immediate family who you left behind in Gaza, and they are now displaced. Just tell us more about their current situation.
Well, the situation is catastrophic, as everybody knows. Now, today, the 6-day truce has come to an end, and now we are waiting for any confirmation of an extension for another 2 days. In order to alleviate the suffering of Gaza's 2.5 million people, we need a permanent ceasefire. Now, my family, like the rest of other families, they had to evacuate and move towards the south. And those who are in the south, they are not allowed by Israel to go to the north. The level of destruction is unbelievable. There is a kind of shortages of everything. You could say it's a starvation war. People cannot find the food to buy, even though they have got the money. The water is in short supply. It's not suitable for human consumption. Bottled water is not available. Electricity is still cut. Now we are in the winter season. It's raining. People are struggling to keep warm. There is shortages in clothing because so many people, when they were forced to flee their homes, they did not take anything with them. So you can imagine they left everything behind. There is total destruction. The situation is intolerable.
We know that there was a desperate shortage of food, fuel, medical care, all necessary supplies for many weeks following October the 7th. However, in this last 4 or 5 days, we know that a couple of hundred trucks a day have been trying to get into Gaza. Have your family been able to tell you how difficult it's been to get hold of some of that aid that's arrived?
My family now, they live on soup. You can imagine the vast majority of people, they cannot find bread. Bakeries were bombarded, and there is acute shortage of wheat. Also because Israel bombarded the warehouses where the wheat is being grinded. So they are rationing the food. The supplies, the humanitarian aid that was allowed into Gaza is a trickle. It's a drop in an ocean. You're talking about 500 truck loads of aid was allowed in the past 50 days, whereas in normal situation, 600 truckloads of aid food was allowed in. Now, let me remind the viewers, the audience, that Gaza has no airport. We don't have also a seaport. So anything has to come to Gaza, it has to come through Egypt. The nearest airport to Gaza is Al Arish airport, which is only 40 kilometers away from Gaza. Turkey sent 8, other countries sent 8, but there is a bureaucracy on part of the Egyptian, on part of the Israeli authorities. All these convoys have to be checked, and this also delays the delivery of this badly needed supply into Gaza.
We know that communications have been patchy, they've been down at times. How difficult has it been for you to stay in touch with your family? And from a personal point of view, how challenging has it been for you, given that you're in London and in many ways helpless to help them?
Yes, of course. We were worried about their safety because for over a week, we could not locate them. We were not able to communicate with them due to this power outages and also disruption of the internet service. Israel imposed a media blackout. We were in the dark, and obviously we were exhausted. We couldn't sleep like them. They couldn't sleep for the past 50 days of the war. It was a challenge. It was a challenge not only for us, it was a challenge for journalists who found obstacles to send their videos out of Gaza. Reporting was kind of mission impossible during those days. But now, thank God that they are safe. And this truce, this temporary lull or humanitarian truce is important. Now they are breathing. Now they're having some kind of relief. Now they are able to sleep. Now they are able to check on what's happened to our properties, to our neighbors, to our relatives. Now we hope both parties, they will reach a permanent ceasefire.
Yeah, and if that permanent ceasefire does eventually happen, which does feel some way off at the moment, Yusuf, I wonder what your thoughts, your family's thoughts are about how the future will look for Gaza, how it will be governed, whether UN peacekeepers, for example, will have to move in. How do you see the future?
I think after this huge losses of, you're talking about 20,000 civilians killed, including 600 children, and you're talking about 1/3 of Gaza's houses were flattened to the ground. The northern part of Gaza is uninhabitable. Now, in terms of who's going to rule Gaza, I do not think Israel will be able to uproot Hamas, because if Israel kills one Hamas fighter, they are creating 100 fighters. I think the only solution to this tragedy is Israel must end its military occupation. Also, the international community must pressure Israel to allow Palestinians to rule themselves. I don't think Palestinians in Gaza would accept to see a presence of international force. I do not think they will accept any other solutions apart from Palestinians themselves, West Bank, Gaza, being one territorial unit. I don't think they will accept even the Fatah authority in the West Bank to come at the backdrop of an Israeli tank. I think Hamas maybe should be part of this equation because they are still powerful on the ground, and we've seen how they are handling the prisoner swap deal.
Yusuf, we really thank you for giving us your insight and for bringing us up to date with your family's situation. We wish them and indeed you all the best. Thanks for joining us.